Hello and welcome to Panther Sports Zone. My name is Asia Sermon.
And I'm Alaysia Davis. Starting off today's show, we are going to talk about Prairie View's football team and what they have been up to as their season is coming to an end. First of all, I would just like to commend them on a great season. They went 5-2 in their conference, 6-4 overall, and we're hoping to increase our winning score by 1 point come this weekend. Our team that we face. They had a good season, right?
Yeah, this is an amazing season. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I wasn't looking too forward to it because I was like, okay, I'm just, watching the band. If we win, we win.
Yeah.
But now that we going back to the championship, maybe, hopefully,
Yes.
it's gonna be exciting. And I hope we come back and win it.
Facts, me too. Okay, so this past Saturday on November 12th, the Panthers traveled to the Simmons Bank Field to play against the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff Golden Lions. The Panthers come back home with a 55-24 win over the Golden Lions. At the end of the game, the Panthers held a total of 491 total offensive yards, while the Golden Lions held 301. Jaden Stewart added a 4-yard touchdown throughout the first quarter, helping the Panthers off to a great start by making the score 0-7. The score continued to increase after that win with the Panthers' Trayvon Conley and Travion Jones, who scored a 15-yard pass with the addition of Jalen Howard, who had a total of 45 yards, and Ty Holden, who finished the game with 86 yards. Once again, Trayvon Conley, his name is mentioned a lot on this show because he is SWAC Player of the Week several times this season alone. Our quarterback, tremendous young man. The Panthers' defense was also playing a very special role in the Panthers taking home this win. Keyshawn Johnson led the Panthers' defense, having a total of 16 high tackles at the end of the game. Trayvon Conley helped the defense by going 8 for 15 for 193 yards and 5 touchdowns, while Connor Wisham led the team by carrying 11 times for 69 yards, with Chris Herron having 60 yards on a 5 totes and a touchdown. If you were not able to support the Panthers for this game, there's still one last chance. On Saturday, November 19th, the Panthers will travel to Itta Bena, Mississippi, to take on the Mississippi State Valley Devils with kickoff starting at 1 p.m. That will not hopefully be our last time going to Mississippi. We also plan on going there December 3rd when we face off Jackson State, and that is a tremendous accomplishment in itself because Jackson State is arguably one of the best teams, if not the best team, in the SWAC East Division. So the fact that we're even getting to head up with them on December 3rd, 2 years in a row, we're praying for a different outcome this year. But yeah, our boys, they show tremendous heart both on and off the field. Just being on the field, feeling it, like the adrenaline rush, the way that they're focused, like it's no game to them. It's serious business, and they're having fun out there. But they're very determined. They're very devoted. Preseason, off season, postseason, like football is a year-round sport. Conditioning. They're always every practice they're attending, every sports meeting they're at, they're in their classes, making sure they handle themselves both on and off the field. So our Panthers team, I'm very proud of our football team. They're exceptionally devoted young men. So that's great.
Yeah, since we're talking about them, the team, like you said, is tremendous. Being on the field, the hype is crazy. Even like the chemistry between the team is crazy. Like, how do you feel about their chemistry? How how it made them so successful this season?
Yes. So with their chemistry, obviously I'm not a football player, but I can speak from a third party's perspective. Just seeing them hang out outside of football practice, like you see them when you see them around campus, they in a group. Like it's their brother. They carry that brotherhood with them everywhere they go. They don't look at them as just their teammates; they're brothers at the end of the day. And I think that is what really helps with the team dynamic and winning games. They play as one body, like drumline, one band, one sound, one field, one body, one team, one body. So I think that definitely contributes to their wins as a team.
Yeah, I agree too. Do you feel like the season could be better? Because we still have sadly lost some games, but I feel like me personally, I feel like this season is going great. I don't like to lose, but the fact that we're losing some games, it's making us rethink and making us really think about what made us win and really come back together as a team. But how do you feel about the season?
I feel like the season they did really well. Our defense definitely not the strongest line, but they getting better as the season goes on towards the end of the game. I think there was some bad calls made as the season went on, with winning the coin toss, but then choosing to play defense as opposed to offense. That definitely, contributed to our losing score, if you will. But overall, I think offensive, they do great. I think the coaches, they are excellent at designing plays to create holes for Trey Collie to, get in the pocket, create touchdowns, which is rare for football players. You may see it in the NFL, Patrick Mahomes, but you don't really see that on the collegiate level. So
Right.
I think they did very good this season.
Yeah. All right. Well, after the break, we'll be talking about the women's and men's basketball. And let's not forget about that.
Welcome back to Panther Sports Zone. Continuing today's show, we will be covering more football with Asia.
Yes. So if y'all didn't know, the championship will be in Mississippi. I know a few shows ago we said it was in Alabama, but actually it just a new article came out and said that it was going to be in Mississippi. But I want to ask you, Alaysia, how do you feel about the game being in Jackson State's hometown?
I feel as though they have home field advantage, although it's not at their, field at the school. It's still in Mississippi, so they definitely draw, a larger crowd. Shiloh, Shador, the Sanders, people want to see them play.
Right.
People want to see Deion coach, Mr. Prime. So I think, I'm a little uneasy about it, but I'm just hoping that hopefully Prairie View does something where students, they can, go to Mississippi, travel, support their team, support their men. But overall, I think, as long as the coach's head is in the game, the dude's head is in the game, like I think they'll fare out pretty well. What about you? What are your thoughts about it?
I feel like it was horrible because the fact that, you get momentum from your fans.
Definitely.
So how your fans are feeling, if they yelling at you, if they hyping you up, you going to do that.
Yeah.
And you going to stand on everything. So the fact that they're still in Mississippi, which isn't too far from PV, but it's still like, okay, your family is coming out, your fans are coming out, and we just got to fit it in our schedule. PV got to fit in our schedule. And if we can make it, we can make it. But I hope that all the Panthers come out. Hopefully y'all come out and show support.
Definitely.
And I wanted to say, since this is like a touching subject, since the season is coming to an end, how do you feel about the March of Storms sadly coming to an end this season?
March, I will miss them. I live fairly close to the field, so I definitely always hear them practicing.
Oh, yeah.
It's like that. All right, it's my bedtime. It's 10 o'clock. They still out there.
Cut
it's
it
crazy.
off.
Yeah,
Cut it off.
yeah. So, but they're once again very talented. Number 1 band in the state, number 3 in the nation. So, clap it up for them. Definitely a very talented band musically, very musically inclined. So I'm gonna definitely miss them. But I just hope they go out with a bang and do their thing.
Yeah. All right, so now let's get into basketball. Since we're talking about basketball right now, let's talk about how good the women's team is actually doing. So on Sunday, November 13th, the Panthers traveled to Pullman, Washington, to play Washington State Cougars. The Panthers led up to a great fight, but they sadly lost 61 to the Cougars 89. This was a small setback for the Panthers, but it's still a lot of room in the season for improvement and a lot of more wins. On Wednesday, November 16th, the Panthers will take on Lamar Cardinals at 5:30 p.m. at the William J. Knicks Stadium, and that's here right on campus. So if you don't know about going to the game, I think you should go out and support the Lady Panthers.
Definitely.
Diana Rosenthal had 18 points, and she was 7 and 15 when they played Washington State. And Washington State, if you didn't know, is a PWI. So I just want to ask you, Alaysia, how do you feel about more HBCUs playing PWIs in the big league?
I think that is great because it definitely gets us out there. We get more televised.
Right.
When you're HBCU, you're kind of put on the back burner. PWIs definitely take the forefront. So I think that that's great that we're heading up these big schools with these big names because pretty soon they're going to start thinking about these schools and thinking about us closely with the talent that we have. We'll definitely be up there with them
Right.
when it comes to their records and their recognition and whatnot. So I think it's a great thing. What about you?
I think it's an amazing thing. I mean, the fact that Deion Sanders came back to, HBCU,
Yes.
Jackson State, and you saw this is like what his second year,
Mm-hmm.
and he's done so much. I mean,
Yes.
College Game Day has came back to Jackson State to an HBCU. It was Deltas and Alphas, stepping, strolling on Game Day,
Yeah.
and that's a big event. We've
Mhm.
been on PV has been on ESPN multiple times, and I feel like it's great. It's good for definitely the Panthers and the players out there who just want to play.
Mhm.
So the fact that you can still go to HBCU and you can maybe still get into your WNBA, it's still a
Yes.
big opportunity.
Yes.
So it's like no shame in your game. Go wherever you want to. Go
Mhm.
wherever you fit in. That's the
Mhm.
main thing.
Yeah.
It
What feels
just
like home to you?
go where it feels like home, and you still have a chance on getting your dream.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's great.
Yeah. So now let's talk about the men's basketball team. And the Prairie View A&M men's basketball has actually been off to a really, really, really good start.
Yes.
So on November 9th, the Panthers played against the North American University Stallions at the William J. Nix Center that's here on campus. The Panthers blew out, dominated 95 to 80 to 68, creating a 2-win streak for the Panthers so far. Panther Higo Augustine led the Panthers by scoring 27 points, and the Panthers' Will Douglas, Brian Miles, and Tekron Smith, who altogether had 23 points. The Panthers will play today, actually, against Washington State Cougars in the William J. Nix building. So if you can go to that, I advise you to go to that.
Yes.
Alaysia, are you going to that?
Oh, definitely. Are you?
Oh yeah, you know
Okay,
the
yeah.
hype.
You know, that's the
I'm
only answer. That's
definitely-
the only correct answer.
Yeah.
Yes.
So and then on the previous game, Will Douglas had 15 points and he was shooting 48% from the field goal, and he actually had 100% from the free throw line. Little Steph Curry. What can he say? What can he
Right.
say?
You feel me? Steph Curry with the shots on the flick of the wrist.
Yeah.
So the flick of the wrist. Right. He got it.
But yep, that's all for the Panthers basketball team. I mean, how do you feel? Like, are you ready for this season? Are you excited for
Yes.
it?
I'm very excited. But I have a few questions for you actually.
Oh, okay.
So, based on our current standing with our ability to put up points, because we're putting up 90 something points every game at a collegiate level, mind you, and our ability to get back on defense, how do you think our record will pan out, come the spring?
I think
March Madness.
Yeah, March Madness is crazy. I think we'll do amazing.
Hmm.
I feel like the momentum we have right now, let's not stop it. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Let's just not stop it. If you listening to the same pregame music, nights and dreams and nightmares, listen to that same song next game. Beating a team 95 points is ridiculous.
Hmm.
So I feel like it's gonna be a good season. Let's go ahead and go to the championship game, just like football, and let's not stop. How do you
Yep.
feel about it though?
I feel great. I think our season is very promising. We're only soon to be 3 games deep, into the
Yeah.
season. But the fact that they're winning the way that they are, because they're not just winning, they blowing their opponents out, So I think that's great. But also, on the flip side of that, we talked about Washington State. Actually, they play them today. Once again, a PWI, a big name school. How do you think tonight's game against them will impact our boys basketball team, their momentum, their thoughts, their dynamic, all of that? And because they've been putting up some 90 some odd points every
Right.
game, but that's not a guarantee necessarily with teams such as Washington State. So how do you feel about that?
I feel like it's going to be a hard game. I feel every game you have to start off thinking that it's going to be hard. You have to start off thinking that you're going to have to give your all. No matter who you play, PWI, HBCU, this, that, you got to do your all. So I know that tonight's going to be a hard game, but this is really going to determine the type of team that we do have.
Yes.
All we need, like my coach used to say, all we need is 5 players who's going to play.
Yeah.
And that's that. We could take as many timeouts. You know, you could fake an injury so we can get a fake timeout. But if all that five who's going to play, if you can play and you could win the game, that's all that matters. Yep. And don't get out of control. You know, still maintain be calm, relax, put your points up. Don't freak out if you miss. And that's really it.
Yeah, definitely.
So we're going to take a short break, and then after this, we'll be talking about the Panthers volleyball team, and then that's it.
All right, let's go. Welcome back to Panther Sports Zone. To continue our show, we are going to be talking about Prairie View's volleyball team and what they have been up to. The Lady Panthers took on Southern University's Jaguars at the William J. Nix Baby Dome on Sunday, November 14th. The Panthers won 3 to the Jaguars 2, creating a tough game for both teams. During the start of the game, the Panthers had full control, taking a 25-19 set. When it came for the second set, the Jaguars then began to make a comeback, but not as strong as the one the Panthers had built up. The next game will be tonight at the William J. Nix Stadium at 6 p.m. against Alcorn State Braves to celebrate the seniors who are on the team. So, personally, I would just like to talk a little bit about volleyball. I played a few years back, but, I kind of lost my touch. But those girls, they are very talented. They're dynamic as a team, the way that they support each other, the way they interact with each other. They're definitely a family, a sisterhood, just like that brotherhood with football. So I think they very much have a promising future ahead of them, with this season. What about you?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, volleyball is an amazing sport.
Yes.
When I go to the volleyball games, it's like they're lined up on a side and they got chants for every game. Like it could be an out ball, then they chanting, "You out, some crazy stuff. But like the momentum, cheering up your team and stuff, I love that about volleyball. Like you said, sisterhood, and you can definitely tell every time you on campus walking by them or you at a game or anything like that. And I know this kind of like off topic and stuff, but like, how you feel about beach volleyball? Like, I think that would be so cool if like PV had a beach volleyball team,
Yeah, kind of like the intramural sports.
Yeah.
Like club teams. Yeah, I think that'd be fun. It'll be a little more challenging. I feel as though because sand is heavier, but I think that'd definitely be fun. Just open it up to anybody who wants to play. What about you?
I think it'll be fun. I'll definitely go to the games, if depending on the weather, because if it's too hot, I'm not going. I'm not, getting no tan, no nothing for, anything like that. But I want to ask you, Alaysia, how do you feel about, the school spirit? We got GMC and we got all these little school spirits clubs, but do you think we're doing enough?
I think, nobody's ever doing enough. You can always support more. You can always show more love, show more support, show up more, just be there more, be more present. So to short answer that, no, we're not. but I do love the dynamic that we have as a school. You know, PV, we rep, PV, you know.
Right.
So I definitely love that. But what reputation do you think that Prairie View will have come spring in relation to sports?
I think we'll have a good reputation.
Yeah.
You know, coming from football, if we make it to the championship, right now we have a good reputation with football.
Mhm.
So the fact that everybody on campus is still talking about sports, we're talking about our teams, we're like, go PV, go PV.
Mhm.
I think in the spring, coming the springtime, we'll be good. You know,
Yeah.
everybody, basketball just has to keep up the same momentum. We just got to
Definitely.
keep winning games, keep showing up, keep supporting our Panthers, and we'll be good. But I want to ask you, what sport to you do you think deserves more,
More
like more
recognition.
spirit?
I say golf.
Mm,
Definitely golf. Personally, I don't know too much about golf. So that kind of just a testament to, you know, the love that we need to show them. But I would definitely say golf there. That's an independent sport, so it's very easy for them to, I feel like, you know, kind of fall behind with the support that, you know, they could have from their peers. So
right.
definitely. But what to end off today's show? Last question: what sport are you most excited about being a part of?
I'm excited for everything. I love like we was talking about the football season. I like the bowling. I love all sports.
Yes.
I'm excited to see more bowling tournaments. I'm excited to see volleyball. I'm excited to see, of course, basketball.
Yeah.
And I just want to see it all. Probably go to. I know we have rugby,
Mhm.
so I'm gonna try to go to some rugby games. You know, see how it is and things like that. I love the soccer team too.
Yeah.
So I think we're all doing good. What about you?
Same. All sports, you know, just a sports fanatic. So I love all sports. But that's all we have for today's show. Thank you for watching Panther Sports Zone. Make sure you tune in Monday through Friday every week at 5 p.m. We are live streaming. I'm Alaysia Davis,
And I'm Asia Sermon.
signing out.